Hello and welcome to another Brave Frontier video. Today I'm talking about the next set of Brave Frontier dungeons, for Brave Halloween 2019. The dungeons from last year, as there's still a fair bit to cover here. Apparently I had not done this before, so I can do this in the proper order. I'm of course using the same squad as I normally use for this. But I can guarantee you I'm going to have to go through some story right here, so let me just skip that really quick, and I will go over the squad really quick as well. So this is the squad I'm using. This is the same squad I always use, but for those who are not acquainted with the squad, I'm using... Oh, it is Armor of Seals. Huh. I was right, then I was wrong. Cool. Xion with Armor of Seals and Sacred Orb, both of which are gotten fairly easily. If you want to look up how to get these, you can look it up on the Brave Frontier wiki. Corazon with Dendamagus and Vulcanax, both again are easy to get. One has gotten through, has gotten through raid class, through raids. The other has gotten through Grand Guide Chronicles. Xenia with Vorpal Chain Blades and Obsidian Core Amplifier, again both are gotten through raid. Naged with the Enhancing Device and White Armor. Enhancing Device is gotten through Frontier Gates, and the White Armor is gotten through Grand Guide Chronicles. There's a lot of free content you can do to get all of these things. Guardian Shard and Harp of Arietta, again, Grand Guide Chronicles for Guardian Shard and Raid for Harp of Arietta. And the Thoth is a friend, so I'm just using Thoth just because why not. Actually no, let's use a different unit aside from Thoth, something that's a bit older. Let's go with the second Xion, just to prove that we can do this with easy to get units that you can get from any gate. That is the entire purpose of this squad. And I'm going to go through this really quick. I'm going to try and talk for as much as I can. I believe I can just auto through the majority of this. The only thing I might have a problem with would be the last quest. The final one, the one against the final boss. The main purpose of this is to... There's no point in doing this if you can't defeat the final boss of this set of quests, the Manor of Horrors, as the final boss just, I believe, can deal a lot of damage and is just fairly... Oh, I'm also not using Brave Bursts. That may also be a bit of a problem. I will have to change that for the next set of quests. But if you pay attention to the story, it tells you what you need to do, as you will be going back and forth between different sections of the house. That is the main gimmick with this, and it is a little bit, honestly, on the obnoxious side, as it doesn't tell you what you've unlocked. And I'm over unit capacity, so give me just one moment. Alright, I should be good to go, so let's go into Manor of Horrors once again. And as you can see, we've unlocked the study and the kitchen. I am going to go through the study. And by going through each of these quests, you are unlocking more and more quests, I believe? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Again, this came out last year, and I'm only vaguely familiar with this because I did do this last year. We're gonna go with this Haishka, another free unit. And so I have vague memories of this. I didn't do it on this account, clearly, because I'm doing it right now for the first time on this account. I did it on a different account. Also, let me change this up so I'm actually using my Brave Bursts, so this goes by a little bit quicker. I set it to regular text for the last video I did, which was the Halloween 2019 dungeon. Simply because that is, well, it was new, haven't done a video on it yet. I just did, it went up before this video actually. These videos are going out on the same day, so that's why things may seem a little bit odd. But yeah, that is the study. Again, just autoing through the entirety of this. This should be fairly easy. I don't think I should have any problems with this, which means no one else should either if they're using a similar squad as I am. If you guys would like, I can do a quick video going over the squad and why each unit is on the squad specifically. Each of these quests you are completing, you do get three each of 2 different materials, which are used in crafting a really good sphere. A decent sphere. Now, I wouldn't say really good, I would say decent. That sphere can only be crafted if you complete the final boss, because the final boss, upon beating her, you get the sphere that gets upgraded into once and twice. Like once over and twice over. But yeah, this should be a breeze. It seems like it is so far, and I hope it continues to be, so I do not feel like an idiot. There are 7 quests in total, 3 on the first floor, 3 on the second floor, and then the final boss. Each one will drop 3 materials, 3 each of 2 different materials, and you need a total of 120 of both material. No, 120. No, it's 150 of both materials to actually get the Venom of Brilliance, as it's called, which is a fairly decent sphere. If you guys want to check it out, it is crafted in the Sphere House. I will be aiming to do that. Oh, my bad. There are 4 on the first floor, meaning that there's 8 quests in total. We are going to keep on taking easy to get units. Haishka is another free unit from Autumn. If I say unit is free, I mean it's like literally free. You had to be a part of the event. So for Hashka, that was what, September, I believe, September 2019. For Krissa, that was summer of 2019. If you see me use a Yin Yin, I don't think we can. No, you can get Yin Yin technically. Can you actually? I don't know. There's a Yin Yin you can get from the event bazaar, but you need 5,000 tokens to get her. I don't think we have enough tokens available to us to actually get her right now. You get a total of, I think, 500 for completing the first set of quests for Brave Halloween 2019, the Azakar Alley and the Daily Dungeons. Those have been up for 2 days. Daily Dungeons, that's maximum 1,400. Oh, I'm just wrong in this entirety. This is just me going through and nuking just to show off that you can actually do this yourself if you really wanted to. Also, here's a bit of thing I can talk about. If any of you guys watching this know how I can pick up or use assets I use in Brave Frontier, such as these backgrounds you see, and let me know, because I do really enjoy using the backgrounds used for quests in my thumbnails. If you guys have not noticed, every background you see in the thumbnails is actually a part of the game, but I have such a select quantity of the backgrounds I can use, as I don't know where people get these files from, to be honest. It would be very nice if you can actually use the backgrounds used in these event dungeons, as I don't think they're used anywhere else in the game, or if they are, I don't have access to them one way or another, so this would be nice in general. I think this is the first time we actually get to see a glimpse of the boss of this. Yes, we do. It is someone who we do not know story-wise. You don't even need to take her down at first to clear the dungeon, to clear this. You just need to get her down a certain percentage, I believe. And then that takes us to the second part of the dungeon, the upstairs, I believe. The story for this is also quite interesting. I would say a lot more. It's a little bit of a mystery as well. If you do not know about the lore for Theodore and Florence, then you definitely want to read this, as it does give you a bit of insight. And I am not seeing units who you can get for free, aside from, we will go with this Zhexing. And so we have, it's either 3 or 4 more quests to go through before we get to the final boss. And once again, if I can beat the entirety of this with this squad, you guys can definitely clear the entirety of this with whatever squad you guys can put together. For those who are not aware, Xion is there for just for nuking purposes. He does have a really good tri-stat buff. Xenia is there for nuking. Corazon is there for nuking. Lemonade is there for Brave Crystal management, and Nagata is there for mitigation. Then I'm just taking whatever units with me, as it just makes things a little bit easier to, you know, deal more damage. The more units you have, the more damage you're going to deal. There's no question about that. More of the materials. More of going through this. And I know I'm in level 490. You guys can probably also grind through Manor of Horrors if you can manage to beat the final boss of this. And get everything within 2, maybe 3 days tops. As, again, enemies will drop chests that contain 3 each of one of the 2 materials. And you need 150 of each material to actually clear through this. That is one. Oh, so I just noticed a thing. There's one thing to be aware of, and that is curse. So you may want to actually bring a unit on your squad who can get rid of status elements, and maybe put a sphere on them that negates status elements, or an L gift that does that. So that way you can actually not have to worry about that at all. As that's one thing that might be a little bit of concern later on. As you can see, this character here is a water type. So if you can go into this with a full Thunder Squad, that might do you better than what I'm doing here with a Rainbow Squad, basically. A non-type specific squad. And here we have more story. Does that take us to... Nope, not quite yet. We are almost done with this, so do not worry. This should not take too much longer. Amadream, because Amadream can be gotten from any date. There is actually another free unit that you guys may have seen. Say Renthus. He is technically an Elena. They are technically free units, but they're a bit on the more difficult side to get. I will be doing unit overviews of them at some point, so if you have any questions about any units, let me know for sure. That's another video. I'm going to mention really quick. I did at one point not know if I was going to continue doing overviews, even though I had just started them. But it seems like I can and do so, and I can do so fairly confidently. And it's mainly because of what happened on Tuesday. What was Tuesday? I think it was 21st to 22nd, something like that. Of October 2019. Brave Frontier dropped an update that kind of like messed things up a little bit. More so than they probably intended. But they fixed it, so things are a little bit better and they're not as broken. So that's... Oh, right. There's one more quest on the first floor. This is where going back and forth popped in my head. Oh, this room is used. Neat. So we have just a few more quests before we are done with this. I am again just blazing on through this, as this isn't too difficult. I imagine that this seemed very difficult for me this time last year. Simply because like I had just gotten back into Brave Frontier, so I did not have any of the new units. So I was very bad at the game, did not have any of the new units, so I just struggled for a decent while, to be honest. But now that I have stronger units, like even these units here, like these are the units well, of course I wasn't around about when I came back around this time last year. Maybe it was, I don't remember. But Xion was popular, Lemonade was popular. Wait, was that around the time? No, I think Lemonade and Nugget had just come out rather recently. Xion was from the previous year and was still fairly decent. Oh, here we go. This might be where things might get a bit difficult. As you just saw, Xenia went down right there. And I believe we have one more quest, and that will be the last quest, the one against the final boss of this. And this is where the true test comes in, the true test of this squad. If I can take down the boss, it's one battle, 15 energy, these units, I may actually go on ahead and put a couple of different spheres on Lemonades, just to make sure I can actually do this. So let me do that really quick before I get into the actual quest. So I decided not to change anything on my units, as it turns out Lemonade does have status element removal on Brave Burst. So if I need to remove any status elements, I'm going to be using Lemonade's Brave Burst in case, just on the safe side. I'm going to turn 1 use a fusion potion on Xion and Nugget, so that way I have a bit of damage going around, as well as mitigation. I do recommend that if you are doing a turn-by-turn kind of deal, to make sure you're not at 3 times speed, as if you are, you will wind up doing less damage. This should be fairly easy to take care of. She does not go down when draining her HP, instead she puts up a shield, and I believe you have to take it down. So let's see, if I recall correctly, doesn't Lemonade... Yes. So I'm going to overdrive the Xion. I'm going to... What was that? Papers or... Yeah, Super Papers. Super Papers with Lemonade's UBB with Xion and do massive amounts of damage to for sure take down her shield. As usually whenever a boss puts up a shield after being dropped to 0 HP, you want to deal a lot of damage. And everything is going fine and dandy. I'm still doing a fair amount of damage. I believe she does put mitigation up. And this should take her down, and not her goon, surprisingly enough. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to overdrive the Xion, SPB with Lemonades, and use Xion's UBB. Hopefully Xenia is no longer turn skipped. No, she still is, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I might be able to do this in one more turn if she allows me. She does not. But I should still be fine. As of Xion's UBB effects going on, I believe. I do indeed. And I'm just going to keep on targeting down Florence until she goes down. There should be 1, maybe 2 more turns, and I should have this done. And once again, if I'm able to do this, no problem. You guys should be able to do this as well. Looks like it is indeed 1 more turn from here. She has 3 phases. All 3 phases have been taken care of. I might have to take down... Yep, I have to take this down. Took me 19 turns. But again, this is a squad using units you can get from almost every gate. Plus a friend Kenneth, who you can get from Savage Line, which got a massive nerf as of late. So now that I've done this with using outdated units, you guys can do this too. So you should have no fear in doing this. You guys can get the Venom of Curses. And yeah, with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Wait, you want more? Well, okay. There is actually one more thing that's here for Halloween. Hellborn Nightmare. If you have zero confidence in yourself, you don't think you can do the new thing, do this. You can get the Demonic Skull from this. I'm gonna do it because I have nothing else to do really. After I get everything from the Event Bazaar, everything from Manor of Horrors. So while I do this, it's here. If anything, you can do it for collection purposes. Now with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!